so what is the easiest way to create strong writing? This is what we're going to be talking about in this free training. Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Léon Larouche. I founded a company called Trivium Writing where we help people write and publish professionally, even if they're not professional writers already. So if you want more information about that, you can look at the website, triviumwriting.com. But today we're going to be looking at the easiest way to create strong writing. What I mean by strong writing is writing that feels substantial and clear and enjoyable to read for your readers, which is extremely important because whenever you are writing, whether it's a book, whether it's a blog post, people have a lot of things that they could be doing instead of reading you. So you want things to flow, you want things to be clear, and you want things to be compelling. So this training, we're going to go into some little technical aspects of writing, but I want you to bear with me because once you understand these little technical aspects, everything is just going to make sense, and it's actually quite easy to understand this once you understand the technical parts. So the first technical part that you need to understand is the parts of speech. So what are parts of speech? They are different word categories. So there are 8 of them. You have nouns, pronouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and articles. Now, these are grammatical terms. We don't need to go too much in depth, but what you need to understand is that nouns represents people, pronouns replace nouns, adjectives modify nouns actually, and verbs indicate actions or states of being, adverbs modify verbs, and prepositions indicate relationship between words, as do conjunctions. Then finally you have the articles that indicates the identity of the noun. Now you have these 8 parts of speech, okay? What you have to understand when you are writing and when you are editing is that these parts of speech, these word categories, they're not all equal. They're all important in different contexts. We all need them, but they're not equal. There's one category of words that we call content words or strong words, and then we have function words. We can also call them weak words. So the content words, they're words that create visual images in your readers' minds. They build meaning. So nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, these are content words. They create content. Function words, they connect strong words and build their relationships. So pronouns, prepositions, conjunctions, adjectives, articles. Sorry. So the caveat is that even your content words, they can be weak. Now, here we're going to see some examples of these content words. So you probably already know what a noun is, what a pronoun, adjectives, etc. So we're not going into this here, but it's important to look at some examples here to understand that not every single content word is strong. Not every single one of them creates a visual image because some of them are very specific, which is great. Some of them are not very specific, which is not good. So strong versus weak nouns. Here you have some examples: lightning, waterfall, skyscraper, thunderstorm, Ferrari, etc. Weak nouns, when you have nouns like event, vehicle, animal, music, these are more abstract. These do not cause an image to come into your mind as you're reading these words. So here's an example here. He drove down his vehicle down the street. It's very hard to imagine. When you say he raced down his Ferrari down the boulevard, this is way better. So a Ferrari, we can imagine it. The vehicle, we can't, it could be anything. Could be any car, could be any motor engine vehicle. So adjectives, strong and weak. So you have adjectives like thunderous, glistening, ragged, scorching. You have weak adjectives like nice, bad, good, big. So if you look at an example here, the concert was really loud, making it harder to hear my friends next to me. The concert was thunderous, making it harder to hear my friends next to me. What's stronger? What creates a more compelling image? Of course, it's thunderous. Then we have verbs. So weak verbs, we have like go, make, do, get, be, have, look, feel, start. These are all very unspecific. When you say something like sprint or shatter or whisper or ignite, plunge, etc., this creates vivid images. So an example, she started to make dinner as the sun went down. Well, what about this? She ignited the stove as the sun plunged down the horizon. Much stronger, right? Same thing with adverbs. We have strong adverbs and we have weak adverbs. So anything like fiercely, meticulously, effortlessly, these are adverbs that add meaning to your sentence. Whereas adverbs like very, really, quite, just, maybe, da 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 da, these are not these are not these are not creating a vivid image. For example, he played the piano very well, captivating the small audience, versus he played the piano exquisitely, captivating the small audience. So when you say exquisitely, what comes to my mind is exquisite, and that's a much stronger image. Exquisite. It's very specific. Now, once you understand that, you understand that there are function words and there are content words. Here are the rules of strong writing. So you want to use as many strong words as possible, or what I refer to as content words. Your first and last words should be strong. They should be strong content words, if possible. This is not always possible. Then the third rule is that you should try to remove weak words without losing any meaning. That is your goal. That is your objective as a writer, as you write, as you edit. This is what you should be trying to do. Again, not always possible, but you want to do that as much as possible. So let me give you an example here of a text that has too many function words and one that has fewer function words. So there are a lot of people who think that they can't achieve their goals because they have a lot of things that are holding them back. So there, that's function. R, A, that's function. Lot of, this is all function words. Who think that they can't, this is all function, achieve function, because they have a lot of, that's a lot of function words in this sentence that are holding them back. It's also important for them to understand that they have a mindset that is positive, and also they need to be willing to put in the work. So again, if I'm looking at the function words, that's the verb to be. It is the word to be. For them, that's a preposition, that's a pronoun, that's another preposition. Understand that they have to have, wow, this is just so many content words. Like this is just like relationship building. So here's the thing, you need content words to create the relationship. Right now it's just like we're creating a massive relationship based on nothing because these are all function words. So that's not good. A mindset that is positive, and also they need is also, that's a pretty weak, need is a content word, that's a verb, but this is still weak. So to be willing, to be is function, to put, to look in the, this is all function. So okay, many times the reason that they aren't achieving their goals is because they aren't really trying as hard as they should be. Okay, so the reason, so they aren't, their goals, pronouns, that's a weak verb. They aren't really, weak adverb, as they, you know, these are all, this is very weak. Now if you compare with this revised text, what about this? Countless individuals struggle to reach their goals, hindered by invisible chains of doubt and fear. Awesome, this flows really well. So countless, you know, it ends It starts with a strong word, ends with a strong word. Recognizing the power of a positive mindset transforms these obstacles into stepping stones. Strong verb, strong noun. Success demands more than wishful thinking. It requires unwavering commitment and diligent effort. Again, so you see you have a pronoun here, okay? I'm going to highlight it. Here you have a preposition, you have a pronoun, this is fine. By, that's a preposition. This is very minimal, right? You can see the difference between this and this. Recognizing, okay, this is really like bare minimum function words of a positive mindset. These obstacles. So this is, the difference is here you have like, this is very like function, and then weak verbs. This is all weak, and then these are like separated. You have them once in a while. Success demands more than wishful thinking, requires unwavering commitment and diligent effort. Often, the only barrier to achievement lies in the mirror. So I'm just highlighting the function words here. Not in the discouraging words of naysayers. Embrace resilience and forge a path toward your aspiration with relentless pursuit. So here I can keep highlighting the function words. Now here you have the explanation for why the weak writing is weak and why the strong writing is strong. So the weak writing simple is cluttered with vague language. So a lot of people, things that are holding them back, passive construction, it's important for them to understand they aren't really trying. And so these, basically all these function words, all these weak content words, they create a distance between the reader and the message. So that dilutes the impact. Now, when you look at the strong writing example, the revision, you have a lot of active verbs. So you have struggle, transform, requires, embrace, forge. And so that eliminates the unnecessary qualifiers and the weak words that directly address the reader's potential challenges, and that offers a compelling call to action. So that's for the first example, where we're contrasting too many function words versus using a moderate amount of function words. Now, like I said, we always need function words. They exist for a reason, but we want to use them as few times as possible, right? The same thing with weak content words. There are occasions in which we need to use them, but we want to avoid them as much as possible. So you see there's a big difference in, and I haven't even highlighted everything here. I could do some more. So that they aren't achieving their goals. They aren't really trying as hard as they like. This is so much, lots of function, lots of weakness. Okay, now the second example, we're contrasting using weak content words versus using strong content words. So, first example, a lot of people want to increase their productivity. They attempt various strategies like creating to-do lists or organizing schedules, but often struggle to adhere to these plans. This inconsistency leads to significant disappointment when they fail to meet their objectives. It's crucial to understand that productivity isn't solely about completing numerous tasks. It also involves enhancing the effectiveness of these actions. So, now, let's read the second one to compare. Many individuals seek to boost their productivity, initiating journeys with detailed to-do lists and well-planned schedules. Despite these efforts, their commitment to such methods frequently diminishes, resulting in a deep sense of inadequacy. True productivity goes beyond just finishing tasks. It necessitates a deliberate, efficient methodology for each endeavor. Recognizing this fact can elevate an average day to a pinnacle of productivity and intent. So without highlighting anything here, we can see there's much more gusto to that second paragraph just because of the strength of the word. So here The weak writing sample has a lot of expressions like a lot of people, attempt various strategies, and so that lacks the energy to engage the reader. It lacks the specificity. So, again, often struggle to adhere, inconsistency leads. That's just not specific enough. Whereas with the strong writing revision, we have much more precise and impactful language. So this is a lot more vigorous. See, here's the thing. When we often use these like weak words. Like I'm speaking right now and I'm using a lot of da 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 da. And this is fine to an extent. I'm making this video. This is not meant to be like a formal speech or anything. But in writing, we need to capture people's attention and we need to retain this attention. So we want to use strong words. So we use these words that are specific, that has an aura of sorts. And so we're avoiding all these passive constructions, we're avoiding these generalizations. So that's a lot more sharp, there's a lot more life to it, and it's just, if I'm looking at this, many individuals seek to boost their productivity, initiating journeys with detailed to-do lists and well-planned schedules. These are all very specific things we can imagine. Despite these efforts, their commitment to such methods frequently diminishes, resulting in a deep sense of inadequacy. True productivity goes beyond just finishing tasks. It necessitates a deliberate, efficient methodology for each endeavor. You see, even the adjectives here, deliberate, efficient methodology, these are great adjectives. Recognizing this fact can elevate an average day, again here an adjective, to a pinnacle of productivity and intent. Now, I don't see a lot of adverbs here in this paragraph. Yeah, I don't see any, because most of the time we do not need adverbs. The verbs, they're very strong, recognizing, seeking, boosting, going, resulting. So the nouns are great, the verbs are great, the adjectives are great. We don't have any adverbs that I can see. So this is a very strong paragraph. Now, how do you apply this in your writing? Okay, so this is the important part of this training. You want to keep an eye on the front and the tail of your sentences. You want to look at the beginning and at the end. As much as possible, you want your sentences to start with something strong, like recognizing this fact, recognizing intent, okay? True productivity, and then it ends with endeavor, so that works. So this is not the strongest word, but that works anyway. Many individuals, schedules, despite these efforts, inadequacy. So you want to look at the beginning and at the end. So as much as possible, have something strong at the beginning, have something strong at the end. This way it's very tight and nice and juicy. You want to review your sentences and your paragraphs in general for function words and weak content words. So, for example, various, that's weak, strategies, that's okay. Often, that's an adverb. It's not really, regularly would be better than often. Often is very unspecific. Adhere, that's not really specific either. Inconsistency, not specific. Leads, not specific. Fail, not very specific either. It is, that is not a good, sometimes you need the verb to be, but you're using it a lot here. And then of course, the function words, just like we saw in this, you want to make sure that you have as few as possible. So when you're writing, you want to be thinking about, okay, I need to use content words mostly, not function words. And then you also want to think about, when you write a content word, is this strong or is this not strong? Now, depending on your writing process, depending on how advanced you are in your writing journey, well, you may have that thought process as you are writing. If not, keep that for the editing. Most people should not be editing as they go. They should, they should be focusing on the content. They should be focusing on the task at hand. At this point in my writing career, this is something that I think of naturally. This is something that's second nature. So I also think about that in editing, and I think about that a lot when I'm editing clients' work. So you want to review your sentences for function words and weak content words. Finally, remember that your role is to create visual pictures for your reader. So this ties back to these two rules, but I want you to remember that your role is to create these images. So at a higher level, if you look at your text big picture, you read sentence by sentence, or you creating pictures, or your paragraphs creating images and stories. This is very important, because if not, you're in the realm of abstraction, and that does not compel readers. You want to have, people relate to people. They want to think about other people. They want to think about their stories. They want to think about the emotions that happen. They want to see what's going on. This is why, we have these senses, and we want to use these senses. We want to be able, through writing, to imagine ourselves using our senses. So that is your job when you are writing, when you are editing your writing. It's to create these visual pictures for your reader. And if you can do that, then your writing is just going to 10x. It's going to skyrocket. It's going to be so much better. And so that is it for this training. So we talked about, the 8 parts of speech. We've talked about content words versus function words. We've looked at how not every single content word is equal. There are weak ones and strong ones. And we've looked at some examples. Now, you want to apply this using these 3 rules. If you have any questions, leave a comment, book a call with me. I'll leave a link in the comments so that you can talk with me. And if you need any personalized one-on-one customized help, we can work together on your writing. So I hope that this helps. This is a little bit, a fair amount of information, but if you really take the time to understand this, and I'll also leave a link to access this document so you can print it out. You can, revise it every so often, because this is important stuff. If you can just do this one thing, if you can understand this and apply this in your writing, I guarantee you your writing is going to be 10 times better than it is right now. And this is something, there's always room for improvement. Even though I've been writing for a decade, even though I write books, I write for a living, this is something I'm always working on. So I'll leave a link to this document so you can print it. I'll leave a link so that you can speak with me if you need. And so I hope that this helps, and that is it. All right. So if you like this video, of course, make sure you like, you subscribe, and you leave a comment if you have any questions. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.